Youth homelessness affects nearly 40,000 Australians aged 16 to 25 every year. Youth experiencing or at risk of homelessness can experience numerous overlapping problems, which can significantly disrupt their transition into a stable, self-sufficient adult life. As such, the effective delivery of empowering, multifaceted support services is vital in order to help young people break these cycles. In current research, it is widely recognized that increasing meaningful participation and creating a sense of home within accommodation services fosters empowerment and positive outcomes. However, the best methods for facilitating meaningful participation with young people, while ensuring services also embody a sense of home, remain under-researched. This is where our industry partner Anglicare comes in. Anglicare's youth accommodation services focus on providing early intervention, stable housing, and wraparound support to help young people escape homelessness. With the construction of their new Binley Youth Facility underway, Anglicare has tasked us with investigating the needs and preferences of youth experiencing homelessness regarding their meaningful participation and sense of home within accommodation services. By exploring the lived experience of these young people, our project aims to provide practical recommendations for Anglicare's new Binley facility on how to effectively implement meaningful participation processes that promote empowerment and foster a sense of home for young people experiencing homelessness. To do this, our research aims to answer two questions. How can Anglicare Southern Queensland's youth accommodation services facilitate meaningful participation processes in a way that promotes youth empowerment and positive outcomes? How can Anglicare Southern Queensland's youth accommodation facilities foster a sense of home amongst young people experiencing homelessness? To answer these questions, we conducted online semi-structured interviews with 5 young people aged 18 to 25 who have lived experience of using Anglicare's youth accommodation services. Guided by the theoretical frameworks of empowerment theory and meaningful participation, we employed an abductive approach to thematic analysis to interpret the key findings from our interviews.
From our analysis, feedback processes emerged as the first major theme, with these processes being central to young people's meaningful participation within services. The existing feedback mechanisms described by participants included self-initiated conversations with support workers, alongside occasional targeted group meetings and anonymous processes such as surveys. While the majority of young people viewed these processes as beneficial, they also highlighted several barriers to participation. Most notably, young people described current feedback processes as irregular and inconsistent, and expressed a strong desire for more opportunities to provide input into services. Participants proposed the inclusion of various different kinds of feedback mechanisms to maximize meaningful participation in services. Young people consistently advocated for the inclusion of additional anonymous feedback options and the introduction of regular and group feedback processes, while also affirming the importance of maintaining individual feedback processes to address more personal issues. Through implementing these varied mechanisms, participants perceived that young people would feel a greater sense of autonomy, agency, community, and belonging within services. The second theme is the sense of home. We identified having 2 recurrent themes that contributed to young people's sense of home: supportive relationships with the staff and freedom of choice. All young people identified having positive communicative relationships with the staff as critical to fostering a sense of home in accommodation services. The responsiveness and attentiveness of staff made young people feel valued and heard, generating a sense of safety, security, and belonging. Freedom of choice was also important to young people. Participants valued the sense of individuality and autonomy they achieved from having control over their living space and other aspects impacting their everyday experience, which were crucial in strengthening their sense of home. Therefore, young people felt that more opportunities to express their individuality and make independent decisions would enhance their sense of home within services.
Overall, our research shows that youth experiencing homelessness are empowered through experiences which promote feelings of autonomy, agency, and belonging within services, including both meaningful participation in feedback processes and having a strong sense of home. Young people's responses also indicate a reciprocal relationship between meaningful participation, empowerment, and a strong sense of home, where feeling at home within services increases young people's participation, leading to empowering outcomes which ultimately reinforce their sense of home. As young people report already feeling a strong sense of home within Anglicare accommodation, these findings highlight the need to increase opportunities for meaningful participation in order to effectively maximize empowerment amongst the youth accessing these services. Reflecting on these findings, we propose several recommendations to enhance young people's meaningful participation, sense of home, and empowerment within Anglicare's new Beenleigh accommodation facility. First, we recommend that Anglicare implement feedback processes which are regular, flexible, and designed to encourage ideas and suggestions from young people. Second, that these services include various anonymous, individual, and group participation mechanisms to ensure their accessibility to all young people. Third, that Anglicare staff actively encourage and facilitate young people's participation in these processes, allowing them to feel heard and valued. Lastly, that services maintain young people's freedom of choice over both their living space and their participation in feedback mechanisms. Through implementing these recommendations, Anglicare will be able to ensure that opportunities for participation effectively cater to the varied needs and preferences of the youth utilising their services, therefore enhancing young people's meaningful participation and sense of home within services. In doing so, Anglicare will be able to provide more empowering support for youth experiencing homelessness, helping them to make a healthy transition into a stable and self-sufficient adult life.